starting recording. So this presentation about the pattern search engine. My name is Sergey Savastyuk. Company is Tickeron, SEC registered. I'm gonna talk today about the patterns. I covered already in some previous sessions, and today trading plan development, what are the odds of success, it's backtesting, group trend analysis, and now I'm gonna talk about the patterns, okay? Right away to the patterns. What are the patterns? These are shapes of stocks movements, like price action, okay? Before talking about the stock patterns, let me show you examples of other patterns. Let's say ECG. When you come to the doctor, you can find that they can make a heart analysis based on these charts, which is called electrocardiogram, right? As you can see, they also have some specific parameters, okay? Look, some shapes, some heights, some definitions, right? I'm not expert in these patterns because they are for doctors reading. But I can tell you that now AI reads these patterns much better than doctors, okay? Another set of patterns where you have self-driving cars, and there's a lot of models involved where it also kind of recognizes the patterns, where to go, to the left, to the right, how, with what speed, okay? So that means AI is good finding the patterns. What we do here at Tickeron, in one of our modules called Pattern Search Engine, we can recognize the patterns. So for instance, one of the most famous, it's a head and shoulder. This one is a reverse head and shoulder for stock going up. Look how the psychology of the market works. What I mean by psychology, I mean like in the price action, there are people who we kind of believing the stock is going to go up. Another group is believing the stock is going to go down. So those who really want to buy, they buy, and those who want to sell, sell. And it's a matter of how many of them and what they think. So look what's going on with the head and shoulders. So there are some people kind of, regardless where it started, what it means this point is like people kind of started selling. But the buyers say, no, you know what, I kind of like that stock, I'm going to buy. And then sellers say, no, it's kind of bad, really poor stock. Why don't we sell? They succeeded. They went, you see, below that particular point. They formed that head. And then the buyers say, no, we really want to buy that stock. And they can stop approximately the same level. Then the sellers say, no, okay, we kind of forget it, we're selling. And then what happens that when this type of a second shoulder is created and we can wait to this particular point, then you see how many points we've been on this line? We've been here 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what happens if the stock crosses that line, which is called breakout line, and then that's at entry price, and then you buy right above or right at the moment of the crossing this line, then our AI recognizes this as one of those patterns, okay? And what it does, it predicts with what the probability, what are the odds of success, I already told you about, what are the odds of success to get to the target price, and this is the profit, okay? So what we do here, we can recognize these patterns with end of day. So for instance, these intervals could be like 30 days, 60 days, right? Or intraday, but that's another product, okay? I'm gonna talk today about pattern search engine, which is based on the end of day. It's mostly for the swing traders and those who wanna catch as much as possible right here, okay? So let me show you other patterns, how to find them, okay? So you go to trading and you go end of day signals, and you can see it is a pattern search engine. You click here. Then let's go to pattern types and stats, okay? What it means, you see, we cover quite a lot of different patterns. So for instance, rectangular, quite a lot of people trying to find stock goes down and up, down, and it's all kind of horizontal. And then when it crosses this particular line, it goes up. Okay, so these are all patterns bullish. These are patterns bearish. Okay, so for instance, channel down. Okay, we can discover that type of patterns over time and then present them to you for consideration and as an idea to trade. Okay, let's look at some of them. I already showed you this one, head and shoulder bottom, right? And this one I also like cup and handle. You see, stock kind of gets to this point and watch this line, right? And kind of hits that line, and the sellers want to sell, and the buyers pick it up, boom. And it gets stuck at this particular point, approximately. It's not a exact penny value, but approximately, you see circles, right? Then the sellers say, no, you know what, we kind of don't like it, boom. And then when it gets to this particular point, you see, those buyers who wanted to get through tried 1, 2, 3. On the third time, you see, if they break this line, there's a lot of anxiety that the stock is going to go up. Why? Because it tried 1, 2, 3 times. When it gets to this time, to this moment, then we can predict the target price. Okay, so imagine an algorithm, okay, which can recognize this type of patterns. What is important that this is a head and shoulder, okay, bottom, right? This is head and shoulder, okay, but it can be this head and shoulders, but as you can see, the target price is going to be different, right? And this is a head and shoulders too, right? And what AI does, it kind of trains itself find the different patterns, okay? Similar to what the doctors see. All these lines are going to be different, but what is important, their relationship to these heights, this width, they can read and recognize the problem, right? Here, we can recognize what? Also some kind of a relationship between width, depth, and then calculate that. And that can be done only by algorithm. The naked eye pretty much cannot calculate that potential profit at all, okay? No matter what the people say, no matter what the books you can read, but if it's not calculated by computer, it's pretty much ad hoc type of a behavior, okay? So now let's look how we proceed after we recognize this type of shapes. We create statistic, right? Here are two different types of patterns. One is emerged and another is confirmed. What happens when it gets to this 1, 2, 3, 4, then at this particular moment, we say the pattern is emerged. A lot of people trying to trade, you see, on this moment of their trend reversal, right? But in fact, what we believe in, and that's what the statistic shows, that if it does not break out through this line, then this pattern is not confirmed, okay? So we believe that confirmed patterns are better than emerged. Why? Because this is a moment of anxiety, it goes up, okay? Now let's look at the statistic, okay? How we verify that it makes sense. And there is not a single hard copy book can give it to you, okay? So now, we give a confidence level and the distance to target, let's say 5% profit, okay? So let's change the assumption. Let's assume we give to you confidence level that it's gonna get to the target price with the confidence 70%, boom. You see, you have fewer patterns, obviously, they are fewer because the confidence is 70%, and 73% are going to reach the target price. It's going to reach that profit. Even if 2 cents are missing, we consider from a mathematical standpoint that it was a failure, okay? So that means 73% are going to make 5%. What we can do, we can click here and say, what about how I can make 7%? Okay, boom, 74. Okay, so what if gonna wait till it's 80% confidence level? You see, 78% are gonna make to the target price 7%. But the number of patterns you see drop dramatically, and you have to wait more. So what it means if you're gonna focus only on one type of a pattern, then you're not gonna get hell of a lot, okay? But if you wanna trade more or less actively, then you kind of have to widen your horizon and look at other types of patterns. This is, by the way, how much was made on top of the predicted 5 or 7 or more percent. This is all the data which we recorded, and you can explore that, okay? So now let's look at the emerged. Click here. You see, emerged patterns, they give statistic much worse. And that's the big deal of verification. What is the good, what is the bad? By the way, like, you could have seen a lot of people focusing on analytics, let's say this type of stuff. Okay, this one, I like this one, triangle descending, okay? So what happens when people try to find that triangle, okay, a lot of people wait to cross this particular line, this yellow line, right? But it turns out that's not good enough. It still can reverse. What our studies show that the real breakout price is actually on the level about point number 2, right here. And there is a proof to that based on what? On a statistic, okay? So if it is 60%, 70, 70%, I got a question, okay? Tweezer bottom, yeah. So if you look at the other patterns, let's say pennant, right? The same thing. There is a study which we made, and it's a little bit right here. It's like a price jump, then creates this type of like a flag, right? And then goes right here, and we calculate this breakout point, okay? And it again give you statistic. Now, how to use this tool? The first thing you can do is to use instant search. What it means, instant pattern search, you can type here pretty much anything from, if you know the ticker, let's say Tesla, everyone is focusing on Tesla. Let's see if anything is there. Boom, okay, let's look at that. There was August 10th, it's about the month-old pattern. Look at that, confidence 18, pretty. But actually, in August 18, it was showing already bearish tendency. And then, why don't we explore that one? Interesting. Okay. So it picked up, but as you can see, it was on August 10 already predicting, it had actually made quite a lot of money yeah, it did make, but then pulled back, okay, yeah. So let's look how we present that pattern. Tesla, right? It is still showing that there's a good chances for this pattern to go down. And here we see the price. There is a price. So what it really shows with the discovery of this pattern on Tesla, that means there's a pressure to go down. That's all I can say, okay? There is a psychological effect. For whatever reason, people believe that it's going to go down. The confidence level, it's not high, okay? So what it means, do I want to really bet on that? I don't think so, okay? Distance to target, it's unbelievable. Look, guys, what it means. Look, on August 7, it predicted, you see, I didn't change anything. This is a sitting for a month, right? it predicted that it's going to go down on 37%, when maybe nobody even thought a dramatic drop in Tesla price, okay? So you see, it means it's a kind of a very long way to go for 37%, but that's kind of amazing. Okay, so this is the instant search. Let's look at the BTC. BTC, it's a Bitcoin. Let's see, sometimes something interesting. Yeah, no, there is not really a good pattern. It's pretty old, which I would not trade. Okay, so that's where you use instant pattern search. Let's look at the Microsoft, right? Microsoft, okay. You see, if you know the ticker, if you know anything, let's remove from BTC. Let's look. Okay, so you see, it does recognizes and recovers patterns, and the Microsoft is still bullish. It's old, right? You could say, oh, okay, why are they old? Oh, simply because I'm just using instant search for the sake of a demonstration. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes not. But the real tool is here and the daily alerts. I will start from the advanced pattern search, okay? Let me start from stocks. If I click here and remove all of them, right? So here, minimum confidence. You remember I told you, the higher the confidence, the better. I can move, let's say, at least 60%, okay? So now, all the patterns below are going to be in a 60% range, okay? You can see I'm selecting here bullish and bearish, both, okay? Emerged, I'm clicked emerged, I have only confirmed. Price range, as you can see, the price range, you see I'm kind of making from about, let's say, $10 to, let's say, $60, okay, about $60. So that's a price range I can select. As you can see, this changing. And distance to target, I would say any, right, from 4% and above, right? And now you see, yeah, I'm finding both. Red means it's a bearish, green means it's a bullish pattern. And as you can see, they're fresh. They've been confirmed today. Okay, as you can see, September 17, they confirmed. Okay, so here is a column for confidence level, as we were expecting. You see, confidence I made 60. I can make it higher, and then I'm going to get fewer patterns. Let's do that. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to make it like 79. It's almost 70. Right? Boom. I get quite a lot of high confidence level patterns, but 100% is kind of a very unusual. It should not be 100%, but maybe it's already made it there. September 14, the last one. I'm kind of gonna go back to 60 to explore those which will confirm today. Okay. This Mosaic company you could have heard. Let's explore that one. Okay, so I'm going to click on that one, and now the same presentation of this pattern. Okay, so what we see here: capitalization 7 billion, right? This is a chart, and as you can see, what is the pattern? 3 rising valley. What is this 3 rising valley? As you can see, we recognize here points 1, 3, 5, where it is a line, which this line, a lot of people kind of finding by their naked eye supporting line. Great. But how much time you have to spend to find this line in a lot of stocks, and how to find really good opportunities, right? It's quite difficult, but the software finds that for you, okay, and finds that, you see, this is a supporting line, and it did go to the breakout, okay? So look what we have here. Breakout price 1889, okay? and it's 1926, so it was supposed to make 5%, okay, with a confidence 65%. Emerged on September 8th, and you see system waited for almost 10 days till it is confirmed, okay? So, and is that a good opportunity? Yes, we can do the following. We can analyze how much money was made for Mosaic as a company with different other patterns, whether or not the psychology of this particular stock is well recognized by these patterns, right? As you can see, it's pretty good results. You see, it's been making money pretty much on any pattern, which kind of unusual. Yeah, you see, it does lose on this one on the cap and handle inverse. Okay, it does lose again on this one. So, okay, so that means there are patterns on which this particular stock made money and some of did not. So this one is not bad. Now, so what you can do about that, whether or not you really want to put real money behind of this particular pattern, right? So this is AI found the pattern, but it's not necessarily it's gonna be confirmed by other parameters, right? So what we do here, we click, and now we get to the page where you can read pretty much everything we think about this company Mosaic, okay? Another way to get to that any page, let me show that to you. When you're on a home, right, and then you want to read, let's assume about Tesla. So you type here TSLA, okay, and then you pick it up and then go, boom. So you, in this window, you always can get to pretty much everything our software thinks and gives that overall rating. Tesla, it is a sell, right? It's been going down. You see, it's a kind of this downturn. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs. But our system says it's pretty weak right now, even though it made a lot of money for a lot of people. But now, you remember, as I showed you, right? So what we're waiting for, we really want to jump, right? There's not enough inertia up, but there's inertia to go down. That's what it really shows on Tesla, okay? So this one, right? You see, it's a lot of selling pressure. You see how much volume? It's quite a lot of volume here, okay? Let's go to Mosaic, right? So let me show you what we have here. First of all, here's an article generated for you. Yeah, you see, it's a kind of interesting another pattern. Yes, it was recognized as the 3 rising values. You see, it's a really good support. Let's look at the industry, chemical agricultural, okay. So chemical agriculture, you see, kind of interesting. There is a strong support. So that means psychologically, somebody really want to hold that line. What it means somebody maybe bought here and then buying for whoever sells. For a reason, there is a psychology behind that effect. And if you want to look through thousands of stocks every day, you're never going to find this thing unless you're focusing only on Mosaic, right? But you see, you have to wait until it's going to be confirmed that there's a jump. So that means somebody is going to be buying similar this way. It can go to another level and then create another support line. So this is a clear support line which was created, and our AI found that. Okay, so that means the Mosaic is a really good opportunity. This is the last trading session. You see how well it goes up, right? So let's look at the week. Yeah, you see, that's where it broke, right? Most likely. Let's look at the month. Yeah, quarter. Yeah, you see, that's we've seen that chart. So when you read this, it gives us extra analysis on other indicators. like for instance, momentum indicator, 81% chances of going up. Why? Because you remember how we do the backtesting, we already backtested. We found similar cases with the 32, okay, over momentum, and then 26 of them went up, okay? So then we look on a lot of stuff, stochastic indicator, Arun indicator. There are some bearish, there is some fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis, as you can see, there's not that much of green. Yeah, that means that technically it's a kind of hard call. But as you can see, in terms of earnings reports, you get that picture, okay? And this is a really detailed analysis of support resistance. So here are other sources of information you can read right away. Here, AI trend prediction engine, which is another engine I gave also webcast, I think, previous times. You can look at that. It says buy for the next week, and this one, it's buy for the month. So, okay, it's another confirmation. So what you're really looking is for the confirmations, okay? So dividends, it pays dividends, and there's a lot of other signals for this company right here, okay? So let me stay on that page and show you a few tricks which you can do, okay? So first thing first, you see it's a chemical agricultural, okay? So what you can do is to click right here, and it's gonna generate for you this group analysis report, right? Which is allowing you to look what's going on with this particular group, okay? So what it shows that the group kind of, there is some tendency, even though there's advancing greater than declining, so you can read these industry highlights and how other stocks in this particular industry behave, right? So how many stocks, 20 stocks in this industry, okay? Let me then get a scorecard for the entire group. You see, with one click, I'm gonna get a recommendation for the entire group agricultural, okay? So let's see what the software hold. Okay, so that means there is not that much of activity in the group, and if it would have been here buy, then it's definitely would have been an interesting preposition. So when you get to this scorecards, then we actually give recommendation for all 20 stocks, okay? So you see where you find this buys, this is a sells, outlooks, and a little bit of down, but it's a lot of buyers. So you see this is the buyers, this is the sellers, buyers, sellers. It's still kind of a really good movement. So that means this agricultural group kind of moving up overall, but it did get to the point that we say, okay, not we, it's actually AI, says that for the group scorecard, they hold a little bit, don't be aggressive. That means it's pick up. There is a good chance that this stock, Mosaic, right, which we've been analyzing, where's that Mosaic? Okay, so Tesla, so let me go back, right? So we're analyzing Mosaic, right? So for the most, it's buy, hold for the industry. That means it's not negative, which is good. So it's still a good opportunity, okay? Let's look at this field. It's also very interesting analytics we provide for you, okay? There are other groups where this company, Mosaic, belongs to. So some of this, somewhat, you see fertilizers, potash, agriculture stocks, and you see all of them growing. You see, it's a good sign. So that means if all of them are going up, it's a good. here is a virtual type of a group, highly correlated stocks. What it means they're kind of pretty close to mosaic. And what you can do with that, you can click and then analyze this particular group again, any way you want. Let's move it, this particular 4 stock to the scorecard, okay? And see, buy, okay. So what it means, regardless of the fact that there's some tendency, but you see, there are these stocks very highly correlated. You see what it means highly correlated. You see, there's a similar behavior they exhibit as mosaic, right? Mosaic itself buy, right? Strong buy, FMC, you see also kind of picking up. So that means somebody is about to buy this particular, and again, you see what this reminds you? This is like a pattern which reminds me cap and handle, right? A little bit of that. You see, went up, got to the point, break out, and all of them just about to break out. What it means? It means there are big players which are looking at this group. That's what I'm determined to claim. If it goes about this particular line, then a lot of people are going to be buying this one stuff. So let's go back to the mosaic, right? What I can do, you see, I can move this group every time you see for this blue bar, okay? So for instance, I can copy to clipboard, right? Copy, okay, copy it, right? So what I can do, go to the chart and then paste to the chart for you guys, okay? You see? So you can go ahead and copy to clipboard pretty much anything you want from our website and then analyze and then make records. You can create watch lists, okay? You can move it to screener, to scanner. You can create portfolios. You can analyze signals, get scorecard. You understand that. You can do paper trades, right? What is the paper trade? You do the paper trades. Instead of losing money, you can verify whether or not it's going to work. So you see for all 4 tickers, I'm going to click here. You see all of them right here, buy, boom, okay, boom. So it's going to buy on the opening bell. If you are trading live, it would have bought right away, okay, okay. Okay, let me show you what is the paper trade is. It's kind of my paper trades. Let's see how I'm doing. I didn't do a hell of a lot lately. Yeah, so this is a statistic. So I've been trading this 180 days since we released that. As you can see, average duration is 5 days, okay? That means I'm holding that 5 days on average. My average profit, $500, average loss $600, but my guessing game is pretty good. 78% I'm guessing right, okay, which is good, and that's where you can learn how well you trading. And this is a recorded. You see open trades, closed trades, pending orders. You see pending orders exactly those which we in a group right here. You see mosaic, FMC. You see all of these are going to be bought. And it's a paper trade, okay, which you can do the same way, okay. Now, let's go back to the tool because I didn't show you everything. Okay, so now you know how to find the stocks, but now if you want to get daily alerts, what you do, you go here to the daily alerts, you can receive them in either push notification or emails. Then you have to adjust alert settings. I would recommend similar to what I've just shown you, and you are comfortable with that. So for instance, you make it 60% approximately, right? Price range, you see, you remember I did select some price ranges. Here is only bullish, but you can click here bearish. Now, let's assume you don't want to trade all of them, okay? So you're going to go edit. Oh, I would not receive a single alert because it's a 0 out of the almost 4,000. So let's assume I click all of them, okay? All, right? Or you can pick up individual tickers. You remember I did these 4 for you guys, right? So I copied to the clipboard. Now they are here. You can pretty much place here anything with a comma and then record them as individual tickers. Whatever you like to trade is going to find for you the pattern. So I'm going to save. Okay. Now, as you can see, stocks all, and it's going to be finding stocks. If you want to do Forex, you can do Forex. If you want to include penny stocks, you include them right here. Okay. ETFs, cryptos. Okay. And then start. If you press button start, then what it means is going to be start sending you these push notifications and emails based on the fact that some of the patterns being discovered by our AI system. Okay, so when you see some of the patterns, you're going to see whether or not they're confirmed or emerged only. You can bookmark them and then see their progress right here. Okay, this is pattern types and stats. You can analyze which one you like the most. Okay, so this is pretty much everything I showed you. The most important thing is to how to customize, right here. Every time you find this, click on edit. Let's assume penny stocks edit, right? So all of them edit whatever you want. And that way you're going to be able to get all notifications. That's about it. If you don't know, always click on the video, how to use, or you can watch my webcast and you're going to understand what's going on, okay? So that was our very first tool we developed with a neural network, and neural network recognizes these patterns and gives you this data. Then we went ahead and created intraday recognition, okay? So it's AI real-time patterns, okay? So I'm right now, right here on my plan to show you the difference between PAC, RTP, real-time patterns, and AI robots, okay? I'm on that point. Paper trade I already showed you a little bit, okay? So now, real-time patterns, real-time feed, okay? RTP. So you see, the patterns pretty much the same. What is the difference? Difference is the time frame. You see, the previous tool was 1 day point. So every point on this chart was 1 day. Okay. Here, 1 point on the chart could be 4 hours, or if I go to this customize, it could be 5 minutes. So that means patterns is going to be recognized every 5 minutes, every 30 minutes, every 15 minutes, 1 hour, and 1 day. Okay. In order to eliminate the confusion, this one is only for stock and ETFs. Okay. And that's where people trade intraday, typically stocks, ETFs, and they don't mix it up with the Forex. So we separated this tool, and then you again have a 60% push notification, don't forget, and then save, okay? Now, as you can see, it is the real-time patterns are gonna be found for all time frames. You see 5 minutes patterns. You see green means it is the bullish, red means bearish. So that means the entire technology was so much streamlined. Now it works the following way. It calculates every minute new patterns and publishes that as a feed. You can, in customize, you can do the following. If you don't like some of the pattern, unclick them and save, and then be done with that. Or you also can select some of the either separate tickers, or you can select particular industries where you want to kind of fish for the patterns, right? It is a tool which I described in another video, in another webcast. If you want to go, you can watch it right here, okay? I don't know if you see that on the right side. I just received a notification that some patterns were found. Bookmark, the same thing, okay? You can do bookmarking and then find some of them, okay? So this is a real-time patterns. and they are mostly for the day traders. If it is only, let's say, and by the way, it does include 1 day for stock and ETF. It does include, okay? What you can do, you can unclick. If you're not a day trader, you can remove 5, 15, 1 hour, and leave 4 hours and 1 day and click save, okay? And it is gonna recalculate that, and it's gonna give you swing trade type of opportunities, okay? Now, what is the AI robots, okay? So imagine, there's not only patterns, there's a lot of analysis, there are other tools we have, trends. We do analyze fundamentals, okay? And the people were saying, show us how you would trade, okay? We said, okay, why don't we create AI robots? AI robots, and at this particular moment, they are all based on RTP. We're developing other robots, but so far they are based on RTP. What they do, they simply take, let's go to one of them, okay? So this one's been trading 136 days. This is annualized return. Average number is 9, right? So what we're doing with robots, we're kind of saying, okay, what if we're gonna trade as if it is real, right? So this one's been trading 90 days. This is 107. This is trading crypto. So the way it is organized is if it is my paper trade. I showed you how it looks, okay? So as you can see, it gives you average duration. It's swing robot 1, average duration 3 days. You see average profit 572, not bad, and the ratio is good, right? So it is less, and a guessing game 60%, which is not bad. As you can see, it did enter today a couple of positions here, short positions, and these are the long, the one short position. You see a couple of wins, 3 losses, but that's open, and this is all close trade, so that means you can come and analyze, okay? So if you want to use the robots, you have to, let's say I want to repeat that, and I click open, and that way it's going to be, let's say, open, click. Okay, now you see this is a frame, so that means this robot is remembering that it went to my paper trade, okay? So that means it's gonna be holding this line as long as robot is not exiting this. As soon as it's exit, it's gonna publish here a profit or loss. It's gonna wait for you until you click exit. So that way, on one page, you're going to be able to see how the robot trades, okay? So this is a brief introduction to robot. You also can see the video right here about the robots and how they work. The good thing about this is that if you, now approaching last 5 minutes, guys, get your questions ready. I'm finishing. So the good thing is that if you buy one robot, I think it was recorded somewhere here. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, this is a robots. They're based so far on RTP, but we're developing other technologies, okay? Review close trades, I told you. Okay, here the way it works. If you buy one robot, so that means you can switch between the different robots at any time when the market is closed, okay? You can review close trades at any time. But if you buy one, you can switch to any robots and then follow another one next day. But we give you $60 credit for one robot, $120 for 2 robots, and then $120 for per month for 3 robots. But if you buy 3 robots, you pretty much get access to all of them. We expect to have quite a few of them. If you don't like some of them, those you see right now, come later and see every week, a couple of weeks, we're releasing more robots, okay? So if you buy 3 robots, 3, then you can access to any robot at any time. Plus, look what happens when you get to this thing, you get $120 per month as a credit, as a bundle. So that means you can buy pretty much all of these products. You see, 30, 30, 20, 20, pretty much everything you can get for free if you get two robots. If you get one, you can get, let's say, pattern search engine and real-time patterns, and you already use up your $60. Okay? That's about it, what I wanted to say. If you have any questions, there is opportunity to get to this one-on-one lesson, okay? So if you, I've done quite a lot of them, personalize them. I will go to the depth wherever you've not understood on this webcast. You just have to sign up, and then you're gonna get it, okay? I don't see the questions. If you guys don't have questions, then I'm gonna close this demonstration, and hopefully you're gonna test. I recommend to use all our technology on the paper trade first. That way you're gonna get used to that. You will understand how to move tickers. You will understand how it works, and then you're gonna apply that to the money, okay? It's very useful tool, and actually the more statistic you're gonna get on your paper trades, the better, because we're soon gonna be able to share that or even sell if you're trading really well on your own, okay? So that's gonna be end of my presentation, and thank you guys. I'm gonna stop sharing, and I'm gonna stop this meeting and presentation. Thank you and goodbye.